Okay, enough of the talk, let's get going. What is a sentence? Have you ever asked that question? Well, what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that expresses one complete thought, one complete idea. And for a sentence to be a sentence, it must have one independent clause. So you're asking, what is an independent clause? Well, to understand sentences, you must understand clauses first. Clauses come in many different combinations, shapes and sizes, but a clause must be at least a subject and a verb. The subject is the person, place or thing that is doing or being something, and the verb is the action. The sentence is centered around the action of the verb. So let's find some examples. For example, they drink. Is this a complete thought? What do you think? It is. This is a complete thought. If you want to leave it there, you can. That works. It's a group of words, a small group of words that completes a single idea. This could be an independent clause, and it could also be a sentence. Now, what if I took away they and maybe gave the verb an exclamation mark? What if I said drink? Is this a sentence? Is this a complete thought? It is. We call these imperative sentences. Well, they are sentences that begin with a verb. You could make it a phrasal verb. Drink up. Or, do your homework. Stop right there. With these, you may think, well, where's the subject? I thought you said that a clause has to at least have a subject and a verb. Well, the subject is implied. We don't say the subject, but we imply it. What we really are saying is, you drink. Okay, so what if I changed our verb? What if I said loves? And I said he, so another subject pronoun. He loves. Is this a complete thought? Not really. We are left wondering, well, whom or what does he love? The reason why this is not a complete sentence, and the reason why we are left wondering whom or what he loves, is because of this verb. This is what we call a transitive verb. And a transitive verb must take a direct object. Which leads us to our next combination. So, for argument's sake, let's say he loves her. Now, her, the object, is the person, place or thing that receives the action. So, transitive verbs must take a direct object. You might be asking now, how do we find the subject in a sentence? Good question. Well, we always start with the verb. We go to our verb, and to find the subject, we ask this important question. Whom or what verbs? And in the case of this sentence, the question is, whom or what loves? Well, he loves. How do you find the direct object? Good question. Well, again, you go to your verb and you ask, whom or what is verbed? And in the case of this sentence, whom or what is loved? Well, she is. Okay. So Well done. So now I want to show you some other structures. What if I changed our verb and said gave? And we'll keep it as he gave her. Is this a complete sentence? Does this group of words express a complete thought, thereby making it a complete sentence? Not quite. We are again wondering, well, he gave her what? Now, we could move this word her and say he gave something to her. And we'll say that he gave a drink to her. Is that a complete thought? Do these words express a complete idea? Yes, they do. Where's the direct object? Okay, well, we'll go to our verb and we will ask, whom or what is given? Well, a drink is given. So drink is the direct object. But if drink is the direct object, then what is her? This is when we bring our extended structure to complete a thought, which is adding the indirect object. Okay, so the indirect object is the person, place, or thing that receives the direct object. Okay, so to ask or to find the indirect object, you ask this very, very important question. Direct object for or to whom? And in the case of this sentence, a direct object for who? Well, it's a drink for her. You can change the structure by saying he gave her a drink, which would be subject plus verb plus indirect object plus a direct object. We could also say Derek gave a banana to the monkey, or Derek gave the monkey a banana. They are both complete thoughts, but the direct object and indirect object are interchangeable in their position. But there must be a direct object for there to be an indirect object. That's a very, very important point. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a couple of sentences, and I would like you to find the indirect object. That's right, you're going to find the indirect object. Okay, so the first one. Shall I tell him the news? So, if you want more time, pause the video. I'm going to go through the answer with you now. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So, let's use our method. Where is the verb? Well, the verb is tell. As you can see, that is a verb. It's the only verb in the sentence. Okay, so who is the subject? Well, whom or what tells? Well, I tells. Okay, and what is the object? Whom or what is told? Well, the news is told, isn't it? And the news is told for who? Him. Him is the indirect object. Great, well done if you got that correct. If you didn't get it correct, that's fine. Just go a bit further back and I'm sure you'll figure it out. Okay, next sentence. The moon offered a way home for the ship. Pause the video if you want to work on it. Okay, I'm going to go through the answers now. So where's the verb? The verb is offered. Okay, whom or what offers? Or the moon offers. Whom or what is offered? A way home is offered, direct object, and a way home is offered for what? The ship. The ship is the indirect object. Well done if you got that correctly. Got that correct, excuse me. Okay, well done. Now we're going to go to the next common structure for independent clauses. Okay, so here's the next common structure, please look at the sentence. She called her baby. She called her baby. Is that a complete thought? It could be if she was going, baby, but we think that it's about the baby's name. So in some instances, it is not a complete thought. What do we need? Well, we need some kind of noun or adjective to complete the thought. This is what we call the object complement. An object complement is a noun, pronoun, or adjective that follows the direct object in order to rename it or state what it has become. So we could say anything. We could say Gandhi or Jesus or Elvis or Adolf or whatever. She called her baby Jesus. We could maybe put an adjective in there. She called her baby stupid or silly or clever or smart. Okay, these are complete thoughts. They express a complete idea, thereby it is a sentence. Let's continue this thread. His name made Jesus what? Sad. Okay, so the object complement comes directly after the direct object. Comes directly after the direct object, which makes it fairly easy to find in a sentence. So to find the direct object, we ask this, again, very important question. Direct object becomes what? Okay, and I want you to write down these questions because they are really useful if you want to find where the different parts of speech are in a sentence. Direct object becomes what? Well, in terms of this sentence, Jesus becomes what? Sad. Yes? So, well done. So let's look at some example sentences. Now I want you to unscramble these sentences. Okay? With all the words in the correct order, and then find the object complement. Okay, so I'll give you pause the video if you want time to do that. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the answer to the first one, it should be this music makes me happy. Okay, let's use our reasoning. Okay, where's the verb? Well, the verb is makes. Okay, whom or what is made? The music is made. This music is the subject. Whom or what is made? Well, me is made, and me becomes happy. Object complement. Well done if you got that correct. Next one. They president elected him. Okay, so pause the video if you want time. Let's go through it now. You should have they elected him president. A very on topic sentence for right now. They elected him president. Okay, so how do we find the object complement? Let's go from the beginning. The verb is elected. Whom or what elects? They elect. Whom or what is elected? Him. And him becomes what? President. And of course, this is a noun and this is an adjective. And again, they both come directly after the direct object. Okay, well done. If you got that correct, this is very good. So now we're going to go to the next very common structure for simple sentences. we're going to add a complement that helps tell us more about the verb. Okay, about the verb. Now look at the subject and the verb. The police drive. Is that a complete thought? Well, it can be. Depends what you mean by drive. If you mean drive a car, then yes, it's a complete thought, so we could leave it there. But what if we were to ask, how do they drive? When do they drive? Where do they drive? Why do they drive? This is when we add something very important to give more detail about the verb, something called the adverbial. Adverbials tell us just that, how, where, when and why an action happens. So, for example, let's start with a how. So we can add the adverb fast. The police drive fast. Is that a complete thought? Yes, it is. Could we leave it there? Yes, we could. The police drive fast. Now, let's add another adverbial to give more detail. Okay, so we've done how. Let's do a where. The police drive fast on the road. Is that a complete thought? Yes. The police drive fast on the road. You could also say the police drive on the road. That's also a complete thought. Let's add a where adverbial. Sorry, a when, excuse me. Police drive fast on the road at night. Is that a complete sentence? A complete thought? Yes, it is. The police drive fast on the road at night. Okay, let's add a why adverbial. The police drive fast on the road at night to catch criminals. Okay, so here we have a how, when, where and why. Okay, so we have adverbials to give us more detail about the verb. Okay, so you'll notice with the why adverbial, we use an infinitive to catch something. Okay, this is how we answer the question of why, you know. I went to the supermarket to buy milk. It tells me why. She went to the party to see her friends. Okay, so these are infinitive phrases and they help us with answering the question why. So let's take some of these out. The police drive on the road at night to catch criminals. Sounds fine. Or the police drive on the road to catch criminals. Or the police drive to catch criminals. Or the police drive fast to catch criminals. So we don't have to answer all these questions, but these are the questions you can ask. Okay, now let's look at some sentences. And you can tell me, well, first of all, put them in order and then tell me what the adverbials are and what order those adverbials should be in. Okay, let's look at the first. Swam bottom both, they ocean two of the quickly. Okay, so pause the video if you want some time to unjumble or unscramble this sentence. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's have a look. So, the correct formation is they both swam quickly to the bottom of the ocean. Okay, now you could say they both quickly swam to the bottom of the ocean. That's because quickly is an adverb of manner and it can take a mid position as well as an end position. This is an end position, okay? Even though it's not at the end of the sentence, it's still in the end position because it's come after the verb. You could have an object between it and the verb, but that's another thing. So adverbs of manner could also be there, which is what we call mid-position, between the subject and the verb. But it doesn't matter. Well, let's just look at end-position adverbials. They both swam quickly, so let's look at how we got to this. Where's the verb? Well, swam. Who or what swims? Well, they both. Okay, so now let's go to our verb and ask the question, how? Well, quickly is an adverb of manner, so we could say quickly is the how, and then to the bottom of the ocean is a where adverbial, isn't it? Okay, so, and it's that order. How comes before where. They both swam quickly to the bottom of the ocean. Okay, well done if you got that correct. Let's go to the next one. Last town she beautifully sang in the night hall. Okay, so pause the video if you want some more time. Okay, so you could say, so it should be, she sang beautifully in the town hall last night. Okay, well, why? Okay, well, again, let's find our verb. Sang is the verb. Whom or what sings? She sings, so that's the subject. Now, how did she sing? Beautifully. We have an adverb of manner again. Where did she sing? In the town hall. Okay, last night. What question does that answer? Well, it's a when, isn't it? Last night. What time? Well, last night. So there you go. She sang beautifully in the town hall last night. Okay, well done if you got that correct. Okay, so now we're going to look at the last very common structure, and then we'll do an activity which combines all of these structures. Okay, see you in a bit. So we spoke about the object complement and how that helps us rename or identify or describe the object. What if we want to do the same thing with the subject? Well, we use something that we call, ironically, a subject complement. A subject complement is an adjective, noun or pronoun that describes or renames the subject. And you'll commonly see this as just S, V, S, C. Okay. So what makes a subject complement? Well, the difference is in the verb. Look at the verbs. These are be verbs, okay, or what you might call linking verbs. Okay, so what these basically mean is equals, okay? It just means this equals this, which is why they help us understand more about the subject. Now, if I said, Helen is a princess. Okay? What am I saying? I'm saying Helen equals a princess. So there's a very direct nature between the subject and its complement when we use a be verb. Another example would be, you could say, they were wearing face masks. Okay, well, what were they doing? They were wearing face masks. They equal wearing face masks. Now, these are identifying subject complements. They tell us what the subject essentially is. What is it? There are other subject complements that use different verbs, although I don't want to go into them much today. Verbs like, look or seem would would give descriptive subject complements. So, for example, he looks strange. Strange would be a subject complement, even though we're not using a be verb, because there are some verbs which help describe the subject as opposed to identify the subject. Okay, so again, I want you to look at the next set of sentences, and I'd like you to tell me, where are the subject complements? One thing that you should know is that subject complements cannot be adverbials. They cannot be adverbials. Okay, so let's look at some sentences. Okay, pause the video if you'd like more time. Okay, let's go. I am drunk now. Well, where's the subject complement? Well, we have our be verb, am, and then drunk. Okay, it tells us about the subject. Okay, and now is an adverbial, yes, because it tells us when. So it's not the subject complement. He was a woman in 1989. Okay, well, where's the be verb? Well, it's here, was. So the subject complement would be a woman. In 1989 is an adverbial. Again, it tells us when. Number 3, the monkey is insane. Where's the be verb? Well, it's here. So the subject complement is this adjective on this time. A woman is a noun. Insane is an adjective. The monkey will be coming from, not the monkey. The money will be coming from the government. Not the monkey will be coming from the government. So again, where's the be verb? Well, it's here, be. So coming from the government is the subject complement. Okay, it's a complete phrase. Okay, so here we have 2 sentences. I want you to look at them and deconstruct them and tell me what is in them. Are you excited? I am. Let's go. So pause the video if you want more time to read these, and I'll be with you marking them in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. So what's the first question? Where's the verb? The verb is sent. Whom or what sends? The fat Scottish dragon. So the fat Scottish dragon is the subject. Okay, where's the direct object? Well, whom or what is sent? A passive-aggressive message. That is sent. Okay, and then we have to King George. Okay, what question does that answer? Well, it answers the question, a direct object to who? To King George. So that tells us it's the indirect object. On Twitter. What is on Twitter? Well, it sounds like a place, maybe on your phone, yeah? So it answers where, which makes it an adverbial. So in the end, we have a subject plus verb plus direct object plus indirect object plus adverbial. Okay? So that's quite a common structure that you will see in English as well. Okay, ready? Well done. Number 2. The sound of the fireworks drove the blind dog crazy that evening. Okay, the first question we ask is, where's the verb? The verb is drove. Okay, past tense of drive. Where's the subject? Well, whom or what drives? The sound of the firework drives. Whom or what is driven? Well, the blind dog is driven. So the blind dog is our direct object. Crazy. Crazy that evening. Well, crazy is an adjective. So what question does it answer? Well, it tells us what the blind dog becomes. So it is an object complement. That evening, what's that evening? Well, it tells us when something happens. So it is an adverbial. So here we have subject plus verb plus direct object plus object complement plus adverbial. So well done if you got those correctly. It's very, very good. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. Remember that these are still only simple sentences. Okay, I haven't gone into conjunctions. I haven't gone into how conjunctions make compound sentences. I haven't gone into dependent clauses. I've only looked at the one independent clause that every sentence needs to be a sentence. I've told you how to complete a thought just from the subject. And there's more videos to come about, about these more complex structures. But for now, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, share. It helps me out with the algorithms a lot. And I look forward to seeing you again. You're doing really well. Keep up the good work. See you later.